Righto, here we are reading page 13, mid sentence. This is the author, Pádraig Breathnach. This is his Bildungsroman, which is a book about his coming of age. It's more of a Maccanívertha, or a childhood tale, the boyhood deeds of this young hero named Mac Dara, patron saint of Aaron. And his temple Vacdara, Vicdara, Amak Garna. Anyway, a big Connemara name. There's a great actor, Macdara O'Faherty. He's the Taig. In mid sentence, here we are. Nero was not in war atish air. So great fear, fatish, ain, any, on him, on the rabbit. I think we're talking about the Giria. Who's this Giria, who's this rabbit that Macdara has encountered on the Boreen. Has she, stood he, this rabbit, on Aur the second time, or the again, again, ur, like review or ur, hour, again. Ig brahnu, ig watching, Vakdara, was this rabbit doing? Dead, handy word, deadach, could, Macdara could, dead. Ésog ekáil, fésog, beard, to see, fekáil, ekáil, but iad, chusa dera, that's the iad. So his legs behind him, so his hind legs, they, iad, be, iad, were they, these legs, avi, were, so it's were, copular, were, and then this straight B past tense, suntasach. That's a strange, it's unique to Irish, this type of construction. Suntasach, distinctive, suntasach congaige. Iad, the kosa in question, igesht, fada, long, tani, thin, loofer, athletic, or lithe, ernos, in the style, koskon, and that would be the Costa hind legs. These are koskon, or hound's legs. So were the rabbit's legs. Ske she, so this rabbit, she, ske, he scuttered or shedded. Ovulation is ske, the uvine. Lesh, the skiton, with a sudden jump, leap, bolt. Hug she avog war, brought she, he brought to the fight, as it were. He brought to the situation. He made a great war avog jump awan, one of these, suis, up, chlaim on sconse. So this is a unique word to sconse for gate, and this is a part of the gate. Irish, being a very good craftsman, had lots of specific words for craft, tools, and all very, very important. It's important to remember the details of, like, Schleim Sconsa. That's the top part of the gate. So, newer, when Vrani watched Macdara, so you branly telefish, when you're watching television, watched Macdara Ishtach in his aftermath, or his wake, or behind him, in a year, in his wake, Vishe. So when he was watching him, in his watching him go, as it were, Vishe Sir, he was over, or eastward, over Angari, the field, in Rite Raha. So it's not just a run, but it's a hot run, and it's a raha. So it's a right rip roaring run. Went the Giria. So in the Kapelin Bjog Luvnach, so that's a little pony. Kapel is horse. Kapelin is pony, and a Bjog one at that. So Luvnach, that's kind of like Lufer. These Lu or Louvre. Louvre is like also like a yacht. So you sort of steer, like another word for sturu or timon, to be like a Louvre. So a kasa, turning, is a karnagar, right? So a karnagarda. So as he's running in this rapid way, he's not just going in a stirach line, he's going like all over the place like this. And that's casa turning and putting the car de, right? And that's the car is like a reel, like it's a turn, but it's also like a sort of state of things. It's sort of like Ken Cur atá ruddy. Like what's the situation, as it were? What situation is going on? What turn? What reel? Like a car truer is like a three-hand reel. Core ketter is like a four-hand reel. So like it's like a dance as well. So that's the type of run that the Giria was making. Ishtachawalia, so in to the home. So home le Macdara Gafayi. Fali is like ahasach, joyfully, but here it's like sneakily, sort of like clandestinely going into the home. Ni curach moran cronion. Uh, he wouldn't put a lot of crony on. Ach, gur crony on. Crony being like darkness, I think of it as, but I don't know exactly that. There's an idiom going on where it sort of means it's a type of stealthy entrance into the walia, a walia. So ni kuruk moran cronian ach gur fri a vahar gnav kushach. So it's because his mother inquired, like asked of him, without too much care. Like it wasn't really a nervous type of thing. It was just like a nav kushach de karoshe. Where was he? Where had he been? And his answer, ig brahnu, brahni, watching the mehi, the beasts in the field. A dragger she answered she Macdara. Ba mui san ihlen a v a ahar. So this is a nice construction. So you have ba and a the. So earlier we looked at that, and ba can mean would or was. Um, it's the copular of that type of. So here it's the more would. We'd say in English would. Ba amui would be outside in the Ihlan. This is the field where the stacks of the Cróga Cloch would be, where the stacks of hay would be next to the house. It's the little yard. We call it in English a haggard. San Ihlan a V a ar. So would be outside in the Ihlan a V was his father. So it could be was outside in the Ihlan was his father, or it could be was or would be outside in the was his father, but it's probably was here. So vi achas vachtare nach rau a aher ishti. So there was joy achas on him nach rau his father a aher inside the house, outside working instead. So nur a hyachach would come. This is the mo kanilach when, not just come or came or will come, but would come. Nur o hyakach she ishtiach in erbal soon. Ni ver she, he would not be. So you have the would come and the would be. When you have two verbs in a sentence, they're going to have the same kind of tense usually. Ni ver she kinte nach savaye avishe han egahu, except so it's more complicated in the same tense. When would come he inside soon, he would not be he would not be certain that in the house he was a gachevanacher for the amount of time spent, no, for a piece of time, a good piece of time, whatever at all it is. So he's thinking to himself, like by the time he gets in, the father wouldn't really know how long an acker, no pisa ama, pisa ma ama, that he had spent a gahav there. So it'd be like he got away with being late. Vishe egiri, a little complicated. Vishe egiri, he was trying a yenev amach, a yen of amach, like in English, to make out, lena hula with his eyes, agus lena hron with his, len with a, lena with his hron, not his shron, but hron, his shron. Rao was tada or anything. This is nothing or anything. Milish, sweet, canny or canahe, egavaher, bought, um, bought at his mother. Did his mother go out and buy anything millish or adjective sweet? From the noun mill, which is what bacha make, which is honey, bacha being bees. Heel she, thought he, gavoor she, got he, bulle, thought he that got he, bulle, millish, smell, sweet. Wie she onnis kinte, he was equal and certain, at least, erleid, erbe, at all, gavoor she, that got he, bulle oor. Well, at least he knows there's a new smell. It might not be sweets, but there's something new in the house. Channy tu ein vilshana dort smakdare. Channy tu. This is kanahe, bought. That's the past participle, or what we call the past participle in English. Channy, bought, to the questioning form of the past tense of the verb to buy. Canny, channy tu, in sweets. So millish is honey, millish is sweet, and milshan is a sweet or a candy, as we say in English. Dorch Macdara, said Macdara. Yawi tu milshan erbij. Will you get, future, candy soon, Dorch Vahar. Will you will get candy soon, said his mother. Nuravi mare take away, come home, ovele shanmanya, since she was with doing the milk. Nur, when, was, nur avi aher res nichlin, was his ready in the haggard. Nur vi she hen re lena yisgeracht. Nur vi chile yene elle re tuggu an super doyer fad. The vare, the hen, the vartin, the haig, the katin, the aher, right? So, you will get your sweets, and these when. So what's when? So Mairead, home from doing the milking, when his father was ready in the Ihlin, the haggard, when he himself, She Fain, Macdara, was ready with his Lena Yisgeracht. This is the Yisgeracht or Disgeracht, is household chores, handy word. Noravi, every person, Hele Yina Ella Re, Hele Yina Ella, every other person, ready Togu, one brought the supper to them at length. Dovred, to himself, Dovartin, to marching, to Haig, to Katin, to his, da. So it's not da, it's to his. This is to, da. Da is to his, aher. He sat avaher, his mother, Lena Bela, with her meal own, with her own meal. Bela, like Bela is mouth, Bela is meal. Dihider, so ate, de, or et, as they say in Irish English. De-eder, dihider, they ate. Other, this is when the verb is taught, or one word instead of two, the shiad becomes an other. So dihider, they ate, erfad, at length. Case mocha, except for, case mocha, that's handy, then truer, except for three who were young. Ab was oige, ge sukker tostoch, to the contentment and quiet contentment. Ba'arid, Ba'arid was especially Nachro Domhnall in the he. So it wasn't just a special, it's like it was significantly aware. So there was a sort of missingness going on. Ba'arid Nachro Domhnall in the he egan mord. So there was this special sense of that Nachrau uh, was not was Domhnall in his he seat egg on mord. It's the dative is at the. That's what dative means. It means like at the mord, and with the dative you usually get uru egg on mord. Howly Macdara imagined Howly Macdara Gorau that was on board Erfad as alt da Egmish, that the table was at length out of order to his absence. Egmish. So the absence of Domhnall wasn't just arid, it was as alt, it was out of joint. Enia on topper after tugga one brought penny bar on dinne doi to each person. So this is how you say to each person. On dinne, the person to them, to each person. Strochuder on kludach, they ripped, stroke, rip, strochuder, they ripped on kludach, the covering, den vara, from the bars, agus hosieder, they began, either they, hosi, began, ag duel, ag sucking, agus is ag kangelt, is ag coguint, chewing, ag kangelt or ag coguint. Grammy and taffy, stuck on taffy, da to his da, vehicle, except it's not to his, it's to their, da to their, da vehicle. I know it's there because of the uru instead of a simple initial. Kurach brought or put one egan laba nish mocha onihe sha iad. One put, right, the mother folk, the Tishmahori, the adults, to bed nish mocha nish luha nish earlier in the evening anihe, this, right? Ni roshe in ihe harbe. It wasn't in its evening at all. That's that word kar again, like turn or situation or real at all. Karabe, like the turn of, yeah, it's hard to say. It's a really lovely. I love this word kar. Ni roshe in ihe. It was not in its evening at all. Karabe. Ni roshe darka igart. Not was it dark in right. Ni roshe really dark igart. Chanig avacher gdi on Shomra came his mother to the room Shomra lo with them lesh with it nalyapaki. Nalyapaki is the beddings or like sheets and stuff like that. A koru, to koru your bed is to make your bed. Agus lena veshtu, and that'd be your pajamas and stuff. When his with their veshtu ishtach. Vilyaba, there was bed da chich, to his part's own. So he had his own bed at Eg Magdara, Ani Hesha, this night, Sha, Martin August Taig, Selaba Ella, in the bed other. Vishe Ard, Ve Ilyaba Lesh Hain. He was especially aware in a sort of eerie way, Ard, to be ave elaba in bed lesh with himself, like on his own, in a ilmer. Chud avahar, put his mother cean na padrachaí. She cur cean. She said one of the prayers. Padrachaí. Dúradar, they said. Dúirt, dúradar, they said. Le chéile together na padrachaí a dúradar chile ihe. That they said every a dúradar every chile ihe, every night. Dúradar padr nu, they said prayer nu, cean brescia, one extra brescia, le hai for Ronald, le hai Ronald, egiri ie, trying on God, making effort, trying egiri ie a hort to give go London slán, to London safely, to bring to London safely, to be transported by the hand of God, to be brought go London slán. Go meach Diarmid would be Diarmid egg an stáisiún in Chinne, would be at the station in his, this is kind of like appointment. So Diarmid would be there to meet him in his meeting or in his time allotted, the meeting. Chinne, like Chinne idir buchel agus Calín, like nuair atá tú amach an sin ag ithe gite supéir nó rud mar sin. Go mbeadh de Chinne, vor gunne. Na go mbeadh Domhnall sásta, would be Domhnall sásta, nach meach, would not be cua So it's saying arid is that special type of awareness. Arid. Well, kua is homesickness. So it's that particular type of arid where you're far away from home and you're feeling a bit of kua. So there would be kua on Domhnall because he's in London. And that left Macdara Ilaba Leshain, missing his brother.